Hello everyone, let's start our workshop. Put pluses into the comments so I'll see that you can hear me well, see my screen, and we'll get started. So you can find today's scene and material that I'm going to use in the description as usual, so you can replicate this scene later. Don't repeat after me because we will work on ready-made scene and it will be way more faster than if you will customize it by yourself. Today we're going to work with dark bathroom with artificial light, and artificial light is very fun to work. I literally love to work with that because it's not that easy as daylight, for example, with RGR map when it's like very kind of predictable result with one or another RGR map, but artificial light, you will need to be a bit more creative to customize a light and get a nice result, and that's what we'll do today. And also the light depends on what you have in your scene, in your project, in real projects. So for example, if there will be some spots, you will get one kind of light. If you get some lamps, for example, or maybe wall lamps or ceiling lamps, then you will get another result. And that's the thing, that you have to customize light depending on your lights in real project. So yeah, pluses is here. We can get started and we'll start with lighting. So very nice, thank you. And hello Mustafa, you're always on my workshop. Very nice to see you here. Okay, so what we have here. So I made, for this specific scene, I made two big ceiling lamps that give me the most of the light for my scene. And let me turn it on, so we will start it. And also I customize dark base material. So if I'll open my material editor, I'll show you my base material. So what we have here, it's like different from the one base material that I usually customize, because you can see that our interior very dark, so we have to customize dark material at the very beginning, right? But also I didn't want to get much light from my lighting in the scene. That's why I lower my IOR. So by default is 152. I lower it till 109, and the color is, you can see, 62, very low. But if you are using version like before 2023, I think, or 4, I don't remember in which one they changed it, the number of the value can be different. So just have a look at the color of the material, but not the number. You have to have this feeling what kind of darkness of the material it have to be. Okay, and also roughness I lower it, so I will get more glossy material at the very beginning. So let's see what we got with those parameters. So I'll start my interactive render, and it will be fully dark because we don't have any windows, we don't have any daylight, so there will be nothing. And at the start I started to customize my main light, my main ceiling lamps. So I'll turn them on. I have instance two lamps here. You can see size here. It's quite big actually. So 400 to 300 something. It will be on the very top, so you can place it, but not in the ceiling. It should be a little lower. But if you will have, for example, lamp that going lower than the ceiling, for example, start and ending in this area, then you need to place your lighting lower, and it will give you a little different result. So all depends. As I said, if you have real lighting in your scene, then you need to depend on those lights. What else here is very important, for example, for this specific light? So what I made different from default settings. So first we have intensity. Intensity by default it's 50. I'll lower it. It was too intensive for me. By the way, in the tone mapping I didn't change anything at all, so everything, all the parameters is absolutely by default. So no exposure, acid odd by default, contrast by default, so everything by default. And I worked only with lights, so no need to customize mapping but lights. Here, important thing, that I customized to get such a light, because you can see that I placed my light on the top in the ceiling, but I don't have any light in this area, and it like focuses on the bottom part of the bathroom, right? And to get such a result, you will need to work with directionality, and it can be dependent on situation. On this specific situation, I got like super high parameter, like amount is usually higher than I usually set up for directionality, but for this specific scene, it works perfectly fine. So you can see that it's 0.59. By default, if you set it, it will be all light on the top. So it depends what you need to get. If you need to get such a light, then you can customize directionality 0. But if you start to increase this amount, you can see that it's starting going down, and in this specific parameter, it will highlight very nicely all these profiles, this area, the sink, and give you a very nice impression of the light. Next one. For example, you have extra light on the mirror area, right? Usually there are some extra lights, so it will give you more light when you do something in front of the mirror. So I set up it also. I made a long plane here. So this one was also rectangle, this one also rectangle, but long one. So this one is my mirror, and I placed rectangle where my sink started, and it's a bit shorter than mirror, but somewhere in the middle, and also not too high. Well, the amount here is not very correct because I worked with my scale. So basically, you will need to customize it by eye, because you can see that I made it a little longer than it was by default. But yeah, as I said, it should be a bit shorter than the window, and the depth of it like around as mirror as well. So here also I worked with directionality. So let me turn it on. You can see that intensity of this light is extremely high compared to big lights that we place on the ceiling. Here was only 39, and here like extremely big, but the size of the light is smaller, and it means it give you a less of the light. That's why I increase light to get more stronger and intensive light in this area. And now you can see that it's starting to play around one light with another light. We got more light here, we got some shadows. It looks way more interesting, and also I place some directionality. So by default, if I'll set up, you'll see it will be almost the same, but a bit more stronger than by default. So you'll get some light here, and it will give you a little more nicer impression for your light. Next, you can see that we can see some part of the hallway here in the area before the doors, and it doesn't mean that you have to left it only dark and that's all, because for now, if you will keep it like that, I would like cut these pictures and cut this area for sure, because here is not enough light and it's not interesting to see. So definitely you need to customize extra light for the hallway. So what I have done here, I placed some big rectangle in the hallway, like the ceiling lamp as well. All the lights that I placed, it's all in the ceiling, all. So for the spots, for the light in front of the window, for the lamps, all inside. Maybe they are mounted in the ceiling, also possible. So here I'll turn on. The amount is almost the same as for our main lights. The only difference is a little less directionality. So you can see, let me see. So if by default, too dark. If you increase it, will be lighter. And yeah, when you increase directionality, the intensity of the light will be always more intensive. So you need to correct intensity if it's too much or if not enough. So you need to increase one amount, regulate second amount, and then you will get exactly what you need. So we got a little more nicer and base light from this light, and also more accent light for the walls. I create kind of spot for it. So for example, here across the wall is going some spots for the light. Maybe there is some decor, maybe there is some painting that highlighted by these spots. So I create rectangle. I made it actually targeted. Let me see. And I rotated and navigate target a little bit to the wall, so it will be more focused to the wall. So let me see what we got from it. So I'll turn it on. Let me yep. So if the target will be, let me move it 1 sec, move it to the middle, you can see that we got 0 light and it focuses somewhere here. But if you navigate your target a bit more to this wall, then you will get more light. So also depending, maybe there are some projectors, maybe not just spot, but projector that you can move and rotate it to the wall or outside of the wall, I mean out of the wall, also possible. So what we have here, targeted, so we will able to move it closer to the wall and navigate to the wall. Second, we have intensity 67.7, and also we have directionality. So directionality, as you can see, extremely important, and all the amount absolutely different. So you need to customize exact directionality for every single spot. Well, if they are the same, for example, same spots or same lights, then it can be instance copy, and then you regulate only one light and rest will be just duplicate the same amount. So here you'll see that also first is target that navigated for the wall, second is directionality, because if I'll turn it on to 0, you'll see that no light is here from this spot at all, like not visible at all. So directionality here works, here made a crucial role, and you can see that it not necessarily like place exact amount like 0, 7, 0, 6, 0, 9. You just can move these arrows and see what you'll get till you like the result. Okay, so that's for the light. When you satisfied with all this parameter of the light, because the main picture of the light composition is already visible, then you can switch and customize base color for the whole scene. You can see that our interior is quite obvious color, so it should be green, and you can change gray color to green color, and I'm going with this one. So I'm not even select the middle color, I'm just select the dominated color for this interior and apply all green color for the whole scene. So let me select from material editor my base green color. I'll change it in my MTL override. You don't need to do that, you'll just select your material, select all object and apply it to the all object, because I have my base color that I'll show you later. That's why I'm using MTL override. Okay, so green color that I customized here. So I didn't change any roughness, any IOR, only color. So I increase saturation, I change hue, and we got emerald green color. Very nice. Value, I believe it should be more or less the same. Yeah, value absolutely the same. The only change is hue and saturation. Tiles are very beautiful, thank you. So we change color, but one thing is missing. Usually if there is some light in the scene that requires lighting material, then I usually customize it to this to see the whole picture, because definitely there is supposed to go in some light from this wall lighting, so that we going to apply. I'll select this object, only middle part, I believe this one, and I'll add to exclude, so we'll see it. So first I customized material, and for the lighting material, here's Corona Light Physical MTL. All these parameters is by default. Only I customize is self-illumination. Multiplier. 1 is by default, I think, and 20 is if you need it more intensive. But I didn't like that it going like the thing that it just light up without any volume visible and looks very flat. So in this stage of the work, I applied kind of finished material for this specific wall lighting. So I add gradient for self-illumination. So I connect gradient map to color. Here you can see M. And what have I done here? So gradient map, there is two types of gradient map. You need the one, where is it? Regular gradient, not ramp. Ramp will work a bit different, so you'll need gradient. That's first. Second, I change radial, so it will be rounded, not linear, because we need rounded shape, right? And I customize color. So this one is by default black, but I think black was on the bottom, so I just swapped them out. You can just drop it and swap, and they will change its place when you'll do that. So black, then green color, well, olive more like, and the brightest one here. I'm not so sure, but maybe I'll change position, but I don't think so. Let me check by default how it was to make sure, do you need to pay attention on that or not? Oh yeah, I changed it. So they will be a bit more of the second color, because here I customize 07. Yeah. And then I can turn on this map. And you'll see that we got more nicer and accurate light from this for this specific wall light. But it wasn't enough for me because I wanted to get some light on the walls, very, very nuanced, because from this kind of wall it should be definitely get some more warmer light. So you can see that for main lights in our scene, I didn't set up any color. So everything is by default. Everything is white. I didn't change it, and it actually rare, because usually I can customize for some lights white color, for some I can customize even blue color, and then mix it with other light with more warmer. But here white color like looks perfectly fine, but I wanted this a little bit of warm colors, so that's why I customized light here. So I place it just regular cylindric shape, I think cylindric, not rectangle. Let me select it here. Yeah, not cylindric but disc. Well, almost. Almost. So let me show you from this view. So it's a little smaller than main light. Well, it like literally from like this area, but radius here, directionality is extremely low, but I think it's not even needed here. I just experimented probably. And let me turn it on, so we'll get something here. So intensity is actually very, very low. So if I'll turn off, for example, my all lights, and we'll see only this one, you'll see that intensity of this light extremely low, because this one is only for a little warmer impression, but not as main light. Main light we got from those three lights in our interior. So if I'll turn off, you'll see it gives not much light at all. Let me check for directionality if it's important or not, but I think it's not. Yeah, it gives nothing, so you can keep it as default. And you can see that I didn't place it, so here is my lamp. You'll see that this light is going outside, not inside, because my object is not transparent, and if I'll place it inside of the wall lamp, then you won't get any light. So I place it outside and got light that I needed. And the color is, as I said, a bit warmer to get nicer impression in the room. So a little saturation value. Value is the very, very bright, but hue I changed. All right, let me turn on this one, and I believe we can turn off our light MTL override and see our base color. So next important stage is our base colors. Also, I want to pay attention for the visibility first in the light. So here I turn off some visibility. Visibility directly and occluded other lights. So this one, it give you opportunity. So if some light going through your another light, it won't give you any shadow from one light to another. So for that you need to turn off this box, and then you won't get extra shadows in your scene, and it will go through one light through another one. Visible directly if you don't want to see this light, because for example you want to see some spot, but if you place under some light and you won't turn off this visible directly, then you will see main light but not your spot, so it will cover with very bright color. Let me see if we'll see something. No, this one is not visible, but some of them can be. I just turn off just in case. This one also won't be visible, but still I turn it off. And also here some visible reflection, refraction. Reflection is for reflection if you don't want to see them in reflection. Refraction is for the glass material if you don't want to see them in glass material. But we don't have glass material, and reflection, I believe it should be okay. And for this one is all the same. So only visible directly is turned off, and occluded other light is turned off. This one, yeah, same, all the same. So for all the lights I placed the same. For this one also, for this one I turn off reflection because it was visible in my mirror, which I didn't want to. So let's go now to base color. So I'll turn off my MTL override, and as you can see what I have customized. I customized all my main colors, and you can see the difference is obvious, like same, but without materials. Also a customized mirror because I wanted to see how my light will looks here. Also in this stage you can customize your bloom and glare. For example, you can see I have a little bit bloom here, but I believe yeah, here will be a bit trick with the bloom and glare in the final stage, because for example here you can see that I do like my bloom and glare, but here in this area is definitely doesn't look nice. To get rid of it, you will need to Photoshop it and save two renders. One with bloom and glare and another without bloom and glare, and just not use for this area bloom and glare, and keep it only for the light and combine it in Photoshop, and then it will work perfectly fine. In this stage, very important, exactly for the bathroom, for other rooms as well, but in the bathroom it will be more visible because we have tiles, we have marble, we have some sink, we have everything. To customize reflection on the stage of base color is very important. It will ease your work when you will work with your material. So what we have here, let's start with, I would say with marble. Wait, what did I do? So I'll select marble walls. I divided here for two IDs. Because I made it as one object, all the walls, so in the hall, in the room, it all one object, so that's why I had to apply different IDs. But you will have it, you basically don't need to do that. So, but I'll show you. So I'll go to polygon. Here you will have ID number 2, here you will have number 1, and that's why I applied multi-sub object material for the whole walls. And the first one will be regular one color, and the second one will be my marble material, and the parameters in the reflection will be also different. So that's two absolutely different materials. So for the walls, I think it will be the same absolutely parameter as we had for a base color, because we like rely on this material, on this color, and from the beginning I customize all the parameters, so no need to change it anything in roughness or in IOR. But for marble material, there will be a different story. So you can see we have very glossy wool. So roughness is extremely low to get very glossy amount, but IOR also low, because if you will increase it, you will get such a thing. And I didn't want to get all my reflection from all my lights and from all my object in the marble material, because I wanted to keep my texture visible, so there won't be any distracts from lighting, and I will see very nice and beautiful texture of marble material. So that's why I didn't change, lower my R, but it basically like our default one, even lower. So default one 0.9 and this one is 0.5, even lower to get less of it. Also it was not enough reflection for me, so I add also a bit of clear coat layer, so amount 0.1 and roughness 0.2, so it will mix and make a double reflection, a bit more blurred, as you can see, roughness, but very slightly. Okay, here on the tiles. With the tiles, we'll have an interesting story about material, but we will get a little later to that point. But for now, I'll show you for reflection. So tiles, reflection, what we have here. Roughness, also low, but a bit higher. But I a little bit increased it because I wanted to see more reflection, more white reflection in my object. It was not enough, it was too dark, and for the tiles I wanted more intense reflection visible in my material. But I didn't add any clear coat layer here. So that one for the reflection of the tiles, and rest is nothing specific. For the floor, I believe there is not much of it. Yeah, almost the same as for, well, increase it, but literally it doesn't very visible, so you can play around, but I believe that in the floor you won't see much reflection, so doesn't really matter what you will customize it, because it's not visible at all. So sometimes on the object only brightness will be visible, as you can see. So yeah, if you increase it, it will be more brighter. If you lower it, will be a bit more darker. Okay, so let's go to materials. What we have here? No, one more thing is, well, two things: a sink and faucet. So for the sink, reflection. Let me customize it, and also the color probably will be important for you. So let me show you the color. Color is very nice and bright. You can see value, saturation, and hue. And for reflection, 0.33 and a bit higher IOR, so we'll get a bit more of reflection on our object. And for the faucet, I customized metallic material. So we got roughness 0.33, gray color in base layer, and then amount of the anisotropy minus 0.15, and you will get nice chromium material. Okay, let's go to material. So I'll start with, I believe that mirror material is no need to show you, right? I can show you, but they're like nothing specific there. Oh, sorry guys, I by default, sorry. I return, it should work. My hands always flying around. So one more time, I was searching for the texture and found only very low quality textures, which even Magnific couldn't improve. Even you can see the size of the texture is huge, but it's very blurred and not workable at all. Till I found this one. Size is big enough. The quality is, yeah, it should work now. The quality is way more better now. You can put pluses, I hope it's good now. The quality of the texture is way more nicer, but I wanted to rework a bit more with Magnific. Or even I made it from this one. Yeah, I think the story was because it was like a while ago, so I took this image, I combined them all in Photoshop together, then I worked with this size with Magnific and get such a texture which I could use. But also I made a few variants in Magnific till I reach the result that I like. So this one was like, looks very nice, but I didn't like, it was too smooth for my walls. Guys, the sound disappear or still not, because not so sure about it. Please let me know. Okay. So yeah, but you can find this texture in the description and you can use it. So this one was like long search for the perfect texture till I found the one. And yeah, rest is not very complicated. So I connect this texture to color correction, made it a bit darker. Okay, a bit darker, and yeah, let me turn it on, we'll see. So here I mix it with colors for 50%. So for 100% it was too much of this texture, like was too strong, too much of the white line. That's why I mix it for 50%. So 50% of the texture, 50% of color. And basically that's all you need for this material, so nothing complicated. For the main material of the doors, of the walls, it also not complicated, but as usual I love to mix and add a little bit of Georgianess on it, so it won't be just clear color. But you know this method is already very well if you are following our workshops. So here is the main materials of the walls, but not for the profiles. Profiles I made with AO map. But here we have base color. So in the base color I create composite map. To the layer 2 I connect my favorite dirty map. For the marble material you will have UV map, so you don't need to worry about UVs. For the rest also you will have UVs, so you don't need to customize it for the scene. But if you do it in your project, then you will need to worry about it. So here we have base color. You can see that we add some dirtiness here. Let me increase my size of the render so you'll see more details. Hey, I said more. Come on. Okay. Here, dirtiness. So I combine two colors. They are very, very similar. So 62 here and 55. Second one is a bit darker. And also I add some roughness. But I believe base color looks a bit too rough. So maybe you will need to lower amount as well and mix it. So it will be less visible. Yeah, for 50% I think should be fine, maybe even lower, so maybe for 30%. Or you can set difference in the color a bit different. So it shouldn't be intensive, but a little bit. Yeah, and also it will work the same map just for base rough here, and you will get a more interesting walls. For the profile, nothing complicated, you're already familiar with EO map, so here I didn't do any extreme in EO map, so I only customize color for the profiles materials and a little bit increase lower max distance and a little bit increase redirectionality and select outside and inside. That's all I made, but you can try different parameters. Maybe you will like something more, but our edges become more visible, more darker, more intense and visible, and that's exactly what I wanted from this material. And the next one is the one that I loved. So first, for the geometry, when I customized the modeling for the scene, I created all the styles with help of floor generator. So all different parts, so here one, here another direction, combine them, and we got such a tiles. I customize all the parameters in offset in floor generator. I'm not going there because my unwrap will be destroyed, but to customize correct direction of the edges of the floor generator, you will need to do next. Let me show you on rectangle if you don't know. So floor generator, so if you need to move your edges, you will need to customize offset in X or Y, depends in what exactly you need to move. So if you move it, they will be moved, and then you can customize where they should be. So it was all customized, so the lines will be straight and accurate. And then I started searching for material that I'm going to use for the scene, and I couldn't find the main big texture that will be very different, very interesting, very give me a very nice result. It was like all some marble or some other stone. So I went to the Polygon site and I found a perfect material. But here you can see it's like tiles already made. So basically I could use just this shader for the boxes, but also I will need to create different object for the tiles, for this part, for this part, and apply different UVs for them for all the parts, so they will combine together. But since I customized already floor generator, I didn't want to redo and do double work, so I decided to work with this material but with floor generator. And what I have done here, so you can find some similar material because I didn't apply you this shader because it's not free, unfortunately. But what we have here, so I select and customize. So it takes a bit maybe longer if you would do it just with boxes and UVs, UV map. But also it can be. So I select this floor generator, I applied unwrap UV, open UV editor, show up my map here. I need, well, not the O, but well, O. And then I select all of them, click this pack custom, and then I move my parts all the one where they have to be. It not necessarily be in this order, it can be somewhere, but the important thing that they shouldn't be in the middle of the tile, so they should be placed exactly on the tiles, and then you will get very nice result. But as I said, it will take time because you don't have only one, you have a lot of them, and you have to do for every single part here. So here also I place all the parts, here also I placed all the parts. So very pointed, accurate work be done, but the result is amazing. And also I do like that I select with floor generator and unwrap, because for example here in material we have this rusted parts in the material, and it will be, I think, too older, and our interior is quite modern, I would say, and I think it won't be very fit here. But well, of course you can customize it in Photoshop or combine with composite map and change this color for the one that you have here. So there is an option always. In 3ds Max there is no one way how you can do one thing or another thing. There are always like one variant, second variant, third variant, a lot of variants that you can select the one that you like and then customize it. So let me turn on this material. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this one. And we'll see. So, turn on base color. Oh, I saw wrong one. Base color for 100%. And also, if you don't like some tiles, you always can move it in unwrap and you will get what you want. So we have here these tiles. There actually was two kind of this textures. I think there was a blue and another one. Where is my polygon? Which one is Stag Bond? This one. Yeah, there was some different color, so I select the green one, the closest one that I wanted, and then this green one I customize color with help of color correction. So here what we have changed hue to make it more bluish, saturation lower, we don't need that much saturation, and also gamma lower to make it darker. Also I connected to color correction because I wanted to see more visible lines between those tiles. So if I'll connect just straight away to base color, you will see that we won't see any of them and they will be just dark, but I wanted to see more visible lines, and that's why I used Corona AO for that. Here I customized distance 2.5 and also bright color in unoccluded color. So unoccluded we using our map. In occluded color I customize middle gray, well a little greenish, so it will fit our tiles. And that's all for AO map. For reflection you remember what we have, but also which cool from this shader we will have a nice noise for the bump, because we have specific map in this shader. So here a lot of textures, and I used two of them. So one for the normal, and second one you have bump here. So second one with the bump I used 4K, not 60K. I don't need too big, it was enough. So 4K for additional bump and normal map for normal map. So no need to change anything here, no tiles, nothing, only connect blue map to normal and additional gray map for additional bump. But don't forget add gamma to input, that's one thing. Next one, I flip green and increase strong amount of it, because default amount was not enough for me. So let's see what we got with this, all these parameters and maps. So base bump, and you'll see, let me to deep unzoom here, that we got way more nicer, a bit rough shape of our tiles, and we got nicer reflection because of the bump. So by default, if you'll customize here one, it will be not that strong, that's why I increase it, but also for additional I increase for 4 as well, so it will be a little bit. So if you don't need that strong amount, if you don't need that strong visible reflection in the bump, then you can not increase. But if you want to get it, then you can increase it, why not? And flip green, it also you can see changes here, so you can play around, flip green, flip red to see what you will get in the best result. So this one looks extremely weird, I wouldn't keep it for sure. So yeah, that's why I keep flip green. It was the most accurate result for these styles. Yeah, so let's move on a little bit left. So for the floor, I used only 2 maps from one shader, one of my favorites. So we have here concrete material that I applied with UV. It already customized it. Let me turn it on. Base color. And we have very low gamma to get such a thing. Low saturation because it was too colored for me. And also lower base color. So lower influence of this map and mix it with the main map. In the color correction, yeah, I already said lower gamma, lower saturation, and mix it with base color to get such a result, and a little bit of bump. So bump is from the same shader. Amount is a little lower, 0.7, and that's basically all for the floor. But you can see that a little bit of piece of floor, and that's all we have. And one last thing that I would love to show you is the metal material, because I add a little more details for it and I really love the result. For the sink, it's the same way material as we customize for the walls. So I connect same dirty map, composite, and for reflection, absolutely same way. So you can play around with those parameters and customize and make it not too clear color, but with some dirtiness on it, and make it more interesting, like I always do. For mirror as well, so there is some dirty map, then you can customize it with very low amount of the map. But for the metal one, I would love to show you how it was made. So here I used triplanar map because if you watched the previous workshop, we had a faucet there as well, and I used triplanar because the shape is very not even, not square, but rounded, and for rounded shape I use UV map, not always a good idea, and create unwrap, not always wanted to do. So that's why I used triplanar map. Where's my materials? Yep, here. And I found from my collection of dirty maps metal-like map. It looks like with scratches, with everything, and I really like to use it. I think this kind of maps is perfect for faucets. So I connected to X, so it will apply it for all coordinates, and also I connected it for base color. So I didn't change anything, not color, curves didn't change. So just select this map, connect to triplanar, to base color, and in base color I customized intensity, so it won't be very intensive. So let me 2D pan zoom even stronger so you will see. Almost not visible effect by this map. I would say it almost not visible, but if I'll increase for 100%, you will definitely see it. But in some cases maybe you want to see that strong effect, why not? But I decided to get more intensive effect from a reflection map, but not for the base map. That's why this one I lower, and I turn on base map, and now you will get these nice scratches, but with help of reflection. So some of them will be more reflective, some of them will be less reflective, and I really like the result. You'll see that all the scratches going around, they're not too visible, but exactly where they should be. So I mixed two of them in base color and in rough. For the rough, I made it a bit lighter to make it less shiny. That's only thing that I changed in the map, in the second one, but also for triplanar map, and also for the roughness I applied 18% intensity of the map. So a little bit there, a little bit there, they mix it together, and you will get a very nice metal material. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this workshop. Now I will do final render. If you have questions, you can ask. To Yeah, I can start render. Until you prepare your questions, I'll tell you about our course. So we have a big beginners course that starts already this Monday. So we'll work on the extremely interesting project. I would say amazing project. I really like it because there will be everything. We'll work with interiors, with different rooms. We'll work with outside areas as well. So it will be more interesting with backgrounds, with maps, with trees, with some stones, with all customized together. So main work will be with kitchen. We'll do modeling, cameras, lighting, materials, of course. So we'll start 26 on August, this Monday already. So there will be 4 intensive week of this course. We'll work 3 times per week. There will be a live session where I'll show you how you can do that, but there also will be some self-work where you will try to implement your knowledges for some other rooms, and you will give comments from me when you will upload your homework, and I'll tell you what you should improve to get your work better. So comments from me you will get every single day from Monday to Friday. When you will upload your homework, I will record you a video comment where I'll show you what you should do, or if it's everything perfect, then you can do next homework, and we will work on all of these parts. So basically there will be a huge building with rooms. We will customize all this area, and the main important thing, which is extremely important for the projects, that we will work with different lights for different cameras, because in the previous workshop someone asked how it can be when you customize camera for the same room from different angle, the light doesn't look nice. And that's exactly the thing, because it happened very often, and I will show you how you can customize and get same impression from all the cameras that you will have in your project, even if you will need to re-customize it, which it also happen, and you will do that, and you will see the result, and you will see and you will know how to do that, and you won't be scared anymore if you will have such a thing in your own project in the future. So you will easily figure out how you can customize next camera and next camera and next camera for your project, and you will get the best result that you can get. So the earlier you will join to the course, the best, because we have a lot of pre-recorded lesson with base information, because on live classes we work with the project, but all the base information already in the lesson, so you can already start to watch it and get all the knowledge from the course. We'll go through everything. So if you don't have any knowledge from 3ds Max, it will be good for you, because there will be absolutely basics from how to customize interface and work space in 3ds Max till the post-production of your render. So we go all through the stages. If you are not so new and you know some stuff, some basic stuff, then maybe you can skip some lesson and work only with live classes and focus on the project more deeply. So it will be a bit easier for you, but you will get structure in your work, so you will combine and set everything on the correct shelf, and when you will work on your own project, it will be way more easier for you to get to the perfect point of your renders. So as I said, we'll work through all the things. So interface, splines, modeling, editing, interiors, lighting, materials, textures. The guys send you a link where you can read everything about this course, because it will be extremely intensive course. You will need to do a lot, but I believe it's worth it, because information will be a huge amount of information which you can rewatch again and again, and return to this information when you will work with your project, because as I said, huge amount of information you will get. There will be golden box for you for sure, because yeah, it's very rare that we do that huge project in the course, but I believe it will be better for you to do that, because it will cover a lot of questions that usually people have when they work by themselves and they struggle to deal with them. And I'll show you how you can do that. And also they won't be only repeating after me, they will be self-work, which also plus for you, because you already starting working with your project, because this will be your project and you will work it by yourself and try to figure out how the best way to customize it and deal with it. And but with my guiding, which is plus, because in your project probably there won't be me which can help you with how you can deal with such a situation or another situation, but here I will help you, I will show you the best way to reach the best results. So as I said, we're going to start this next week on Monday. There will be also pre-recorded lesson for Marvelous Designer. We'll work with Corona Render, probably with the latest version, but I still didn't download it to be honest, but I believe it's not a problem. Also 3ds Max, also Photoshop. Maybe we will implement some AI for the project as well. Why not? At least I'll show you how you can work with it, and maybe in the future you will also add it to your project to make your images even more realistic with small details. This is me, if you know. This is our best support team. We have a chat where you can ask all your questions, and we help almost all the time, like 24/7, I would say. So you won't stuck on your question, and we answer it as fast as possible. And here you can read reviews from our students and see their works that they have done on the previous courses on beginners. But there was only one room. In our case will be the whole project, which huge plus for you. And yeah, you can apply now. You can say that you have watched this workshop and we will provide you a special price for the course, and you can join and start learning already. So guys, don't hesitate if you want to get huge amount of the knowledge and not just search in YouTube for specific points and questions, because on the course will be all together, all accurate or structured information that you can return and rewatch it again when you will have some question in the future. Okay, so let me see our render. Yeah, and I believe the quality is already good, even with 4% of the noise. So that was our today's workshop. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will. I'll see you on the course, because seriously, it's like super rare and amazing project that literally I would love to join my course and watch it how to make it, because yeah, this project, like, I amaze it. It's very, very cool. There are a lot of things to do. There are a lot of interesting lighting. There are a lot of interesting materials. There are like everything, like literally everything. I don't know what else can be in the course, so you won't be ready for your project. So yeah. Okay, questions. What did you do between 2 times as material? Sorry, not so sure about the project. Material is not PBR now after unwrap action. Also not so sure about what kind of material you're talking about. Please clarify your question. My material is not PBR, it's just textures and regular materials. We will learn everything on modeling. It's not possible to learn everything in modeling, but I'll show you base tools for the modeling, so you will be more comfortable for the modeling. But the course is not about modeling. There will be a lot of modeling, like a lot. But if you need to model, for example, something specific, then you will need to go more deeply and learn deeply modeling. But our course is about visualization, but there will be a lot of modeling for sure. Which RTX 2080 Ti? You are amazing. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for your masterclasses. Can you please tell me what will be the best method to lighten the interior scene if we are working with the whole villa interior in one file, RTR or Corona Sky? It doesn't really matter. It can be Corona Sky, it can be RTR map. So they both work kind of similar. Just Corona Sky will give you only 2 colors. In your scene, RGR map can you give you more colors, but basically it doesn't really matter. Both of them work perfectly good with the villa interiors. I already answered your question if you ask about GPU. Hello, I'm following from Panama City, Panama. Hello. Hello. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope I'll see you on the course. And yeah, don't hesitate because start is already on Monday and next one won't be very soon if you want to learn now. So better join straight away now. Okay, guys, so have a nice evening and see you soon. Bye bye.